Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your hot and heavy and steamy travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for another hot, boiling hot, it is hot, Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon, getting close to Friday evening, Friday night, July the 3rd, right before 4th of July weekend. It is 4th of July weekend, but thank you for watching this video on your Friday afternoon, July the 3rd, 2026, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my hot pants, otherwise known as the description marks below. So, do it now, show my other channels your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, now, and then the future coming in. So leave the comments for now, past, now, and then the future coming. I'll get it out of my mouth. That's hot. I'm sorry. So, do it now, because if you do stupid comments, you will get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, placed in a hot, steaming fire pit, and then Ozzy and Satan to come out and eat the rest of your burning soul. So don't do it. Go somewhere else to do that shit. You ain't gonna do it on mine. Don't like it? Tough shit. Cry about it, bitch. And that's that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss the next one, you suck. You're pretty much SOL. You know what that means by now, and if you don't know what it means, look it up. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, and all the good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Grab yourself a, well, I dropped it, but a really nice cold one, and it's water. It is hot, ladies and gentlemen, so I spilled a little bit, but it's water. You can tell it's water. Not vodka, it's water. This vodka's not that clear, but it is what it is. But grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, too bad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On your Friday evening, getting close, well, I guess we'll call it a late Friday afternoon. Getting close to Friday evening, Friday night. July the 3rd, 2026, 4th of July weekend, ladies and gentlemen, is upon us. And it is another hot one here today. It was 101 here in New York City. Well, my neck of the woods, Brooklyn, New York. And, man, I could barely get out of the house today. I couldn't even get down the street without almost passing out. Because it was hot, it was humid. I was supposed to have a doctor appointment today. I actually left the house, and then I started walking, and by the time I got, like, pretty much halfway down, not halfway down my block, but halfway to the avenue, basically, I was like, you know what? I'm going back home. I am not going to walk any further to my doctor, which was another 20 minutes away. I am not doing that, especially on a hot day like this. I did have some Gatorade, so I could have still made it, but my legs were cramping, and if I didn't go back home, I probably would not be talking to you right now. Or I'd probably be in the hospital with dehydration, but you would love that, some of you, but, you know, you deserve worse, burn in a fiery pit of hell, for all I care. But I digress on that. But it is what it is. I came home and just started drinking a lot of Gatorade, a lot of water, ice water. Took a couple showers. You know, you can see my hair's all wet now. I had the fan cranking in the back. The ceiling. I have another fan in my bedroom. And then I have the AC cranking somewhat. Still, I feel hot as fuck. I look hot as fuck, right, ladies? But I digress. But yeah, just dealing with it. It looked like it was going to rain a little bit, about 20 minutes ago. Didn't, and then the sun just popped right back out. So, but, you know, we're getting a severe thunderstorm watch here in my neck of the woods till 11 o'clock. Tomorrow is a good chance of thunderstorms, but won't help much. But, yeah, we're going to get a lot of rain going into next weekend. next week and next weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be nice when it rains, but then it gets annoying. It feels like Seattle. But pretty much after tomorrow, which is going to be like 97, 98, and then Sunday's going to be around 82, 81, 82, which feels way better. Then it's going to get back to like around the mid 70s and low to mid 80s. Not going to be, totally bad next week. I mean, it might get up to 90 by Thursday and then back down to like around 80. So it's not that bad, but we're getting a nice 4th of July heat wave, 5 days. This is day 3. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow is day 4, and then Saturday really is day 5, but yesterday was 100. Like I said, today was 101. Oh, felt like Phoenix with the humidity. Well, Phoenix doesn't have humidity, they just have dry air. But I digress on that. But if you're in the Northeast, I hope you're staying cool. If you're at the beach, God bless you all. Hopefully, hopefully you're cooling off in the ocean. The water temperature is a little bit cool, which is great. So I recommend, if you need to cool off, either go in the shower for a while, take a nice, not too cold shower, because you don't want to freeze to death in the shower. But take a nice cold shower, drink a lot of water, juice, not soda, but juice. And, just try to stay hydrated, stay in an air-conditioned room or with a fan next to you, and that's pretty much it. But got at least one more day, and then finally we'll get some rain, and probably gonna rain most of next week on and off. So we'll see what happens with that. Really, Monday and Tuesday are gonna be really bad. We're gonna be washouts, like a lot of rain, 2 inches of rain, some shit like that. But but it is what it is. But whatever you may be, I hope you're staying well, staying safe, and drinking some water or whatever you're drinking. But enjoy the show. If you're new here, welcome. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On your late Friday afternoon, we got SmackDown coming your way, or Weltdown, taped tonight. 2-hour show, going back to the 2-hour format. Sami Zayn is going to come out and celebrate his world title win from Night of Champions. And we got the baddies in 6-woman tag team action, teaming up as they take on Tiffany Stratton, the women's U.S. champ, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss in 6-woman tag team action. And a whole lot more on your 2-hour Cure for Insomnia, which is WWE SmackDown. That's it. No Collision tomorrow, because Collision was last night. I'll be talking about that maybe later tonight or late tomorrow, because I might do one video early tomorrow, and then I'm out of here. I am going to do I have some 4th of July festivities. I got some things that I'm going to with the missus and some friends. Early Saturday afternoon. Got the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest tomorrow, if you're going to be around that area. Have fun. I don't know if Joey Chestnut's going to be there. He might not. Who knows? But if he is, he probably will win. Probably, but we'll see what happens with that. But going there, yeah, it's going to be an adventure if you're taking mass transit. And if you're going there by car, it's going to be a lot of traffic. A lot of people are going to be down in Coney Island for the hot dog eating contest. And on the beach, because it's going to be a big-time beach day. And anywhere around Coney Island, the amusement park, the ball field, it's going to be, crazy even past that. And even towards the other side of the beach. So we have that. So enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Don't blow yourselves up unless, some other people should blow themselves up, but I digress on that. But enjoy the 4th of July weekend. Be safe and be well. Here's to you. And that's pretty much it. Alright. So before we get to SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't done a couple of videos in a few days. I've been really tired because of the heat, and I've been a little bit sick as well. But I'm getting a little bit better today, even though I had my legs are cramping up and the heat's getting to me. Not that I'm getting heat stroke or anything like that. Drinking as much as I can so I don't get heat stroke or dehydration. So, but on your late Friday afternoon, it is time for your official WWE NXT review for this past Tuesday, June the 30th, 2026. Coming off the Great American Bash, and now on the road to Heatwave in August. We got a long road to go before we get to Heatwave at the end of the month, August, not the end of this month, end of August, August 30th, along with Triple R and All In. So I got a big month of August coming up. SummerSlam Night 1 and 2. We got Lockdown August 23rd in Chicago, Illinois. Then the week after that, a triple header. All In, NXT Heatwave, and Triple R. And then right after that, September comes around, we got Triple Mania for Triple R. And then might have All Out sometime in September. We got that. Also, we got Redemption for AEW, the new pay-per-view coming up in 23 days, about 3 weeks away. So we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. And some of the matches that might be coming up. So we'll talk about Collision and Dynamite a little bit later tonight. And then we'll talk about TNA Ring of Honor tomorrow. And then that'll be your weekend. And that's pretty much it. But let's get to NXT from Tuesday night. As always, we are emanating from the parking lot inside Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright, our commentary team, well, back to normal. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we had the man who's creepy and he has a lot of candy, and that's Vic Joseph. And the man that's always sitting next to him, the simp man himself, the two-time Hall of Famer, the man who loves those women, he's a simp, and that's the Kool-Aid man himself. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Booker T, sucker. Black Stew. King of Booker. Alright, so Booker T back on commentary, and as always, he goes nuts. Oh yeah, I did fix my glasses, by the way. So, just had to fix the little screw. Didn't cost me a thing. Because I know the guy. You got a guy? I got a guy. So. But your guy sucks. My guy is better than your guy, so. We move on. And that's that. Alright, so we start off with a long as fuck opening recap for the Great American Bash. Where my cousin Tony D, we'll talk to him in a minute, defended the title with one eye against Evil, Naraku, and successfully retained the men's World Heavyweight title. Kendall Gray beat Luna Vice for the NXT Women's Championship. My girl Mandy Winkowski retained the Speed Championship. And Delta retained her Women's North American title against Tatum Paxley. So it was a decent Great American Bash. Not as great as Forbidden Door, but I digress on that. So we move on. Alright, so after the recap, we go to the ring. We start the show off properly with the new Women's Champion, Kendall Gray. Had a nice little back and forth with a certain guy named Kurt Angle. I can't wait for that Dark Side of the Ring TNA. That's going to be good. Coming up on Tuesday, by the way, on that great station of Vice TV. So, go check it out. It's pretty damn good. That's that. Alright, so Kendall comes out, very nervous to be out here. Well, yeah, I would be too if I'm the new champ. I don't know what to say. But I've been an 18-time champion, so I know my way around the mic. And the ring, and among women too, but I digress. Ask your mom, but I digress. Moving on. So she's nervous to be out here. Then when she was in the main event on Sunday, when she was in the ring, obviously. And ever since John Cena picked her in the Women's Iron Survivor match back in December, her life has been crazy. Going crazy! Okay, I'm not going to sing that song from David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth. But I digress. she says, nobody puts pressure on me like I do, and I kept dropping the ball. Yeah, pretty much. But she finally won the title. And at the best, she proved she belonged in NXT and WWE. Even though she doesn't look like a normal champion, but she fights like a normal champion and looks like a normal champion. Because she's a wrestler. But I digress. She's like, I'm not going to dress like Barbie, but when the bell rings, I'll be wrestling like a champion. And sooner or later, everyone in that locker room is going to find out you can't keep up with Kendall. Okay. So then Maddie Winkowski comes out. I'm like, why are you coming out? But she brings out a cake. You know they were going to celebrate because she retained her Speed Championship against Onyx Grace. So she brings out a cake. But before they can even celebrate, Mrs. Kaylani Jordan comes out and says, hey, I want my NXT women's title shot that I earned. Because she earns it. Like Smith Bonnet, they earned it. And then out of nowhere, Tatum Paxley pops up from the trap door by the barricade near the crowd, does a big dive on the Kaylani, and then they're fighting, and security and agents come out, and maybe some referees. They had to break them up, and Maddie and Ren are like, cake, big cake. I'm like, hey, save me some. But they have nice cake, if you know what I mean. But I digress on that. Alright, so a little wild, crazy crazy start to NXT, and they gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running. Moving on. Alright, then we go to the back. More chaos ensues with Kiana Carter, Timu Obafemi. He attacked somebody. We couldn't see who he attacked, but on further inspection and closer look, it's the Triple A. The Latin American champion, El Hijo de Vikingo, the man who lost to Dom. And, basically, he says, the title match between him and, who's he facing? Who's he supposed to face? EK Prosper is off. Because, Keanu's still upset about losing to him. He destroyed Hank. Hank is, Tank or Hank, whatever, Spank and Wank, knocked him out, and now, he kills poor innocent El Hijo de Vikingo, was supposed to take on, he's going to be on SmackDown tonight, to defend that belt. I believe he's defending the belt, tonight. I forget against who, but I don't even know if he's going to be on the show, so, they announced it, whether he's going to be on the show or not, I don't know, but, because he's technically injured. So the match is off, and then Robbie's like, get the medical! Yeah, too late. He's dead. Basically, he's he's muerte, muertos, dead. Or is he mostly dead? No. Where you got that? Kiana Carter just obliterating everybody. Crazy. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then Izzy Dame, Bookie Hogan 2.0 brother, she's complaining about how she doesn't have a belt. But then Delta comes in. She's not pleased with her issues as of late. Then we hear some weird music, and then they knock on the door. Lizzie Rain, the resident rocker chick, she comes in. Looks like they're having a nice little rave or something. And kind of annoys Izzy and Delta with her loud music, loud bombastic rock and roll. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, man, I listened to a video today. I watched a video today from a Maria Brink cosplayer named Aphrodite Sphinx. Spelled differently, by the way. But, man, her video for Only Blood just came out today. My dick is still hard from watching that video. And no, I did not take a Viagra or anything like that. My dick is just normally hard. Yeah, I know it's too much information, but the ladies love it. But man, I love every Friday I usually get in my email or on my Instagram or my YouTube. I get new music Friday, basically. New music videos, news, and stuff like that. But, man, this video for Only Blood is just amazing. I know it's AI, but still. The cosplay that portrays Maria Brink, mwah! Oh, I would take a bullet for that woman. Oy, oy, oy. Rosa who? Oh, sorry. You didn't hear that. She don't care. She was in love with her, too. It's like, oh my god. She was, like, coming in her panties. I mean, jeez. We had to hose each other down. It was crazy. I know I said I hate AI, but when it's in metal, holy shit. Beat that, Ren, you fucking prick. And all you people that love that bitch. Fuck you. And all that other garbage AI that you do on your freaking streams and channels, it doesn't compare to what I just watched today. Doesn't compare to AI metal. Fuck that. I still hate it, but I have a soft spot for AI metal. I know it doesn't sound the same, but, you know. And certain bands are like, oh, it's just AI, we don't condone it, this and that. Hey, In This Moment loved it, by the way. They loved it. Even Ash Costello just hit me up on Instagram. It's like, who's that? I just texted her saying, it's a Maria Brink cosplayer. She looks just like Maria. God damn. From the old school days, not the new school days, not the pretty much after Blood days, or I would say after Black Widow. Going into from Ritual, Mother, and the last album, God Mode. And a new album coming out pretty soon, by the way. There's gonna be another video, I don't know what song, but the new album should be dropping soon. I don't know when, but soon. So, pick it up, and if you haven't seen Sleeping with the Enemy, the music video, go watch it now on YouTube or download it on Spotify. Good shit. I'm gonna have to hose my dick down later. I mean, it is still fucking hard. Just thinking about watching the video. I'm gonna watch it 6 million more times. You know why? Because it keeps getting better every single time I watch it. So, that's that. But yeah. AI In This Moment, can't beat that. Not as great as In This Moment itself, but, you know. But it gives me that Blood, like, first 4 album feel. Love it. I'm not to say the last 3 albums were bad. I mean, Ritual was like an underrated. It was like stripped down. Ritual's okay. There's a couple of songs I like on Ritual. Then they just brought it back with the heavy riffs on Mother, and then God Mode just like took that 10 times better. God Mode's great. And now this album, we have Heretic and Sleeping with the Enemy, which is just great. And I don't know what the next single is going to be, but In This Moment coming out, ready to melt your face again. If it hasn't been melted yet, it will melt this time when that album comes out. I say it comes out by the end of the summer. Was it going on tour in September into end of October, and then I don't know after that, I don't know. Not coming to fucking New York, which pisses me off, but I mean, if they come to around the Jersey area, or maybe Connecticut, I can take a bus there and back and train. It's fine, but can't go, like, to Pennsylvania territory, like, well, certain parts of Pennsylvania. I could go to Philly, but anywhere like Pittsburgh, not gonna do that. Or even Allentown. Nah, I'd rather just go to Philadelphia. Because I know people down there, so. But the Phillies still suck dick. And the Eagles are pedophiles, the fans suck dick too. But I digress. Alright, back to wrestling instead of music. I can talk about music on my Metal God channel. But that's that. Alright, so, where was I? Alright, so Izzy Dame and Delta run into Lizzie Hale, the resident rocker chick, who pretty much annoys them with her loud music. Probably was playing In This Moment. I didn't know what she was playing, but it was loud. So, loud! So down, Beavis. No, wait, butthead! Turn the volume up! No, the other way! What? You say, Beavis? Moving on. Excuse me. Alright, here we go in the back again after a break. come back with Kaylani Jordan complaining to Robbie E. Robert Stone, GM, about everything that just happened. And Robbie's like, I got no time for this shit. That too. Excuse me. And then, so she leaves, and then, he says, you want a match with Tatum? You got that in the main event. Now get out of here. And then he has to deal with Kiana Carver, who's just like 5 feet away, and says that, Kiana says, I don't like being overlooked. So, he gets a match with E.K. Prosper, a rematch from like a week or two ago. That's going to be happening later on in the show. Yeah. So we were supposed to get an advertised Latin American title match with E.K. Prosper and El Hijo del Vikingo, and then they changed it on the fly. I hate when they do that, and then they just add a match on the show. Oh, like, these two women are fighting. Let's have a match later on at the end of the show. Why not? I got nothing else. Great job there, Shawn Michaels. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He fucked a goat. No, not sure you did, but you know, he didn't need Jannetty. What a heinous act by Jannetty. Jumped out the window to escape. What a crappy piece of shit he is. Are you blind? He didn't need Jannetty. Still doesn't. Good old Marty Jannetty. It's a creep, but whatever. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. The last 2 segments, 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the ring. We finally go for some action, because I'm getting a little tired of the talking. I want a little less talk and a lot more action when I'm watching NXT or wrestling, period. I don't want to get the revolving door people. I'm like, can we get to wrestling, please? I did that once at a Tier 1 show, by the way, Old Federation back here in Brooklyn. They're like, 8 people came out to talk, and I'm like, hey, are we gonna wrestle or we're gonna talk? And then one of the wrestlers like, oh, we're gonna talk, and then everybody's like, oh, you got old! You got old, dude! I'm like, fuck you! I'm like, I want to wrestle, come on! I'm like, what, you got 20 minutes of fucking talking? I'm like, come on now. I didn't come here to hear 8 people talk for 20 minutes. I could just watch Monday Night Raw to do that. Shit. This was nobody I knew. I'm like, if it was somebody I knew, like one of the indie wrestlers I like, I'm like, they said that to me. I'm like, oh shit. Sorry. I mean, carry on. Carry on. Go ahead. Carry on for another 5 minutes. Go ahead. Talk. Go. Then he starts like yelling at me. I'm like, shut up, dude. Get to the point of your promo. Shut the fuck up. Stop worrying about me. It's like, you got a title match coming up. Worried about the guy that you're gonna probably lose to. You fucking moron. I mean, do I have to come in there and school you in promos? I mean, dude, I'll go in there. I don't give a fuck. I will school you. Do I have to go I'll go XWF on everybody. I will fuck you up in promos. Give me the mic, I will annihilate you. I'll go see a punk I even can't say it. Cataclysmic on you. I will hurt you. I will make you cry. So you're gonna lose, and I'm gonna take you, bitch, and show what a real man is, a real wrestler. I will lay the smack it down on her ass. She won't even think about you the next day. Fuck you. And if you don't like that, I got 3 words for you. Suck my dick. Promo over, drop the mic. Pipe bomb. Good night. Now, alright, that's your TED Talk for the night. Alright, back to NXT we go, with some action finally. Tag team titles on the line. We got the Benjamin Buttons, or the Vandy Project. Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, along with Micah Lockwood and Jackson Trick. Alright, they all come out. So, Baylor and Ricky Smokes take on, well, the team from Triple A, and that's El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. and his brother, Galeno. I say Beto. What do you think about Galeno there, El Dorito? I like El Galeno. El Galeno, I say, pero, he's great. He's great, I say. He is very good. Not as good as me, but he's great. What do you think about Dr. Wagner Jr.? He's great too, but not as great as me. You think everybody is great? You know who's not? You know who's better than you? Osito. Not gonna move? I'm not scared of him anymore. Yeah, but he said that he's gonna come kick your ass later. Ah! Okay. He's playing with his dolls again. Knock next time. Knock. Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you play with your dolls again. Good. She gives great helmets. Oh, I love Spaceballs. Can't get enough of it. That's what it is. Alright, so Galeno and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I don't know, I'm saying that in a German accent. Really Spanish, but comes out German. Hein! Oh, by the way, fuck Australia. Just want to point that out. How do you lose to Egypt? Dude! In penalty kicks, 4-2. Good game, but still. You can't beat Egypt? Now you know how Croatia feels. They got royally fucked against Spain, and Spain won in penalty kicks. Croatia got fucked over because of a stupid, they reviewed the goal, and the guy was out, like, barely offside. I'm like, dude, come on. Not that I picked Croatia to win, but I had Australia to win, I lost. Fuck. I lost a parlay, too. I could have made some cha-ching today. But it is what it is. Not Australia. Argentina's playing right now. What is the score of that game? Let me see. Let me get the El Fono. El Fono! Well, Messi just scored a goal. Yay, Messi! Make 7 up yours. So I think the winner of this faces Spain. I think a certain guy named Ronaldo. Oh boy. All right, so it's at half. Right now it's at halftime. I think they're about to go into the second half. Argentina up on Cape Verde 1-0. And then tonight, Colombia. Who's Colombia face? I know Colombia is playing tonight. I forgot who they play. Wait, I just had it. No, that's not it. Where is it? I don't know. I'm looking at my I'm looking up Google and I can't find it. Oh yeah, Colombia's facing Ghana tonight. So should be interesting. That game's at, I believe, 8 o'clock. Because the Argentina game should finish, probably finished, I would say by 8:30, closer to 9 maybe. Then, yeah, I would say about 8:30. Another hour and a half maybe. Maybe. But, go Argentina! I picked them to win the World Cup. If not them, maybe France. Maybe France. Not England, not the USA. Maybe Mexico. We'll see. Alright, back to NXT. So, this match was alright. Brad Brothers starts off, shoving Galeno into the corner, gets punched by Dr. Wagner for no apparent reason. And then he comes in, hits a big running flippy dibbity doo to take out the champs. Go to break, come back. Dr. Wagner with an insecurity to get out of trouble, in the corner, brings in Galeno, who cleans house, and then a toss drop kick of all things. I never seen that before. Interesting. That sends that sets up a drop kick to Ricky Smokes. Then he tries to come back with a drop kick heart attack. Interesting for a near fall on Dr. Wagner. Galeno's reverse suplex connects to another near fall. And then Dr. Wagner grabs onto Galeno's shoulders for a big splash on Brad Baylor. Galeno then accidentally backdrops Ricky Smokes onto the cover to break that up. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, Essie. I don't know what I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean it. Right. That's called a L fuck up. Anyway, moving on. And then Jackson Drake, also distraction as well. Micah Lockwood, Bailey Humphries, they didn't really do anything, just stood there looking like China. Anyway, then we get a top rope double stomp reverse DDT combo on Dr. Vonter Jr. 1, 2, 3 in Make-A-Wish 10-10 as the Vanity Project get the win and retain the NXT Tag Team titles. Pretty good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we see a whole bunch of tag teams in the back. Romeo Moreno and Noam Dar. We had OTM, Bronco Nima, and Lucius Price. Who else do we see? We got Sean Legacy. It was supposed to be Sean Legacy and Julian Van Dock, so Mike DeRuiter from LFG. He wasn't there, and Sean's like, hey, he's trying to get him, and then later on, he's like, hey, why don't you answer your phone, asshole? So, they're supposedly in it if Sean Legacy can find Julian Van Dock's. He does find him, so I think next week we get a triple threat match, and the winner of that becomes the #1 contenders to the Vanity Project. Alright, so we have 4 teams. We really have 5 teams, but Romeo and Noam Dar are left out. Robbie E says, well, you need to build up your resume first. Obviously. I mean, the other teams there have a nice resume. I mean, yeah, Sean Legacy and Dorian Van Dock won, I believe, last week. So, I mean, you throw their name in a hat, even though they have like 1 or maybe 2 wins. But Romeo and Noam won. I don't understand that. They're just not ready, I guess. It's fair. That's fair. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the ring we go with Jackson Drake still in the ring. The rest of Vanity Project are still there with him. But, so Jackson Drake takes on the big man himself, Mason Rook. He's big, he's bad. He'll fucking body slam your fucking dad. And I'm like, well, this is gonna be a quick match, right? Wrong. I was wrong. Almost 12-minute match. So he started off early with Mason blocking a headlock takeover, gets a near fall and a power slam, and then Booker T gets a Snapchat call during the match. I'm like, what? What are we doing here? And then Cam Hendricks, or Anthony Luke, is on the phone. Says about 60% cleared after the beatdown he got from Mason Rook, I believe, a week or so ago. He's 60% cleared to return to the ring. He's gonna come back. So I didn't see him in a sling. Or he had a sling, but it looked like a regular sling. He didn't have a bling bling sling or some shit like that. But anyway, I'm gonna get near the end of the match. Drake hits a Lion Salt double stomp. Ow! That's inventive for a near fall. Mason slams him down and goes for another powerbomb. Gets counted into one hell of a code red by Jackson Drake for a near fall. To get back up, Mason sit up powerbomb gets a near fall. Fans are going nuts over this match. I thought it was a pretty good match. And then you knew the chicane was going to come in. Pretty much all of the Vanity Project. They get on the apron for a distraction, and then Jackson Drake gets a backstabber, and then Micah Lockwood holds Mason Rook's foot underneath, pretty much holds his foot. It was like right near the edge of the ring. Blah blah blah. Referee didn't see it, so Jackson Drake gets I guess you can say an upset win over Mason Rook. Match was pretty good, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, well, Mason Rook destroyed the Vanity Project, took them out. Well, except from I think he didn't touch Michael Lockwood. I think I didn't see if he did that or not, but we get that. All right, so we'll see what happens with it. All right, then we go to the back. EK Prosper's getting ready for his match with Keanu Carver, but then he gets a pep talk from Tate Cody Rhodes Wilder, saying, "You can do it!" I'm like, no one wants to hear this guy. You're just a Timu version of Cody. I don't want to hear that. You know, Cody's missionary man, Cody. We all know that. His promos are missionary position every fucking night. Ugh, you know. Now Tate Wilder's gonna do the same fucking shit. Every time we see him, he's gonna cut a boring fucking promo that's just like missionary position, just boring. We don't do that here in Casa del Joseph. We don't fuck around like that, man. I'm either plowing that ass or she's jumping on my dick, but I digress. Moving on. Alright, then we hear from Kaylee Armstrong. Interesting, because we saw her on, this past Sunday. Had a good match with, what's her name, Layla Diggs. Had a good match. Wrecked her. So she comes into Robbie E's office and wants a chance. And he tells her that actions speak louder than words. So if you want to make an impact, per se, you know, show me something and then maybe I got something for you. So, I think Kaylee took that to heart because we see her later on the show beating down some bitches. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get to EK Prosper, Kiana Carver 2, Electric Boogaloo. And, well, once again, sorry about that. Once again, EK Prosper gets the win after a moonsault, thanks to Hank, because Tank was, I never tell him apart. I always think Hank is the guy that looks like, that actor, I forgot his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you do, but, looks like him. But the other guy, you know, has the blonde hair. So Hank is the blonde hair one, crazy guy. Well, they're both crazy. So he comes out and sends Carver through the LED barricade. Damn. So he got revenge for Tank getting destroyed through a table at the Great American Bash. So that was that, and looked like they were about to do a count-out win, but Keanu got in at 9. Prosper hit a moonsault. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win. And that's pretty much it for that. Let me move on. Alright, hydration break, ladies and gentlemen. Take a sip of your whatever you got. Good water. Yeah, so I gotta drink a lot of water tonight, and gonna be interesting tomorrow because I'm gonna be at events, and I'm bringing a couple of waters with me, so it's gonna be hot, and I'm gonna be on the beach too tomorrow too. I'm going to the beach with the missus, and then I got an event the same day, right? Right around that area, So, and then we're gonna watch the fireworks from the beach. Not going to see the Macy's fireworks. We'll watch that later. But we're gonna be on the beach, and then we're gonna probably run down to Coney Island and watch the fireworks, and then come back home and go to sleep. Probably in some nice air conditioning. And that's that. Alright, so EK Prosper wins thanks to Hank knocking Carver through the LED board. And that's that. Alright, then we're in Robbie E's office once again. This time Kendall Gray is in. And Robbie E announces to her that there's going to be a fatal 4-way Women's North American #1 contenders match next week. Natty and her friends come in. I think, yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see who faces Delta next. So we got that. Natty and her friends, Carmen Petrovic and Layla Diggs, the Evolved Women's Champion, Tequila Leons, they all come in. They don't have a faction name yet, but they all come in. Natty praises all of them, and then says, "Hey, I'm here. How about I get a title match next week?" So Robbie E's like, huh? You want it? You got it. So next week, we got a lot of title match. Well, we got a title match. We got a title match on the line. We got Kendall Gray and Natty. Then we got the number 1 contenders match for the North American title. Then we have a tag team title Fatal 4-Way match to see who faces the Vanity Project next. So, you know, we're getting there, man. Lots of things on the line next week on NXT. Alright, so that match is official for next week. That's that. Alright, and then we see Carmen having to leave because she's in her next match. Takes on Miss Parker, Jada Parker. So this match is alright. Under 5 minutes. Natty, Layla Diggs, and Nikita Lyons are there with Carmen, who's also in another faction in Triple A. That's Benos del Mal with Daga, Bronco Nima. Who else is in that fucking group? I forget who else. But she's in that group in Triple A. I was like, okay, why are you putting in 2 factions? She's gonna get confused, like, hey, what shirt do I gotta wear? What faction am I in again? I forget. But anyway, this was a decent match. Jada reversed a kick to the titties into the rings of Saturn, of all things, sending Carmen right to the ropes, where pretty much Natty was there and everything. Like, hey, ref! Then a baseball slide drops Carmen. She was safe! Natty and company get in some cheap shots behind the referee's back. They throw her in. Parker shrugged that off pretty easily. Sets up Hypnotique into Deja Vu. 1, 2, 3, she beats Carmen right in front of Natty. So that situation continues. Now you add Nikita Lyons and Layla Diggs with Carmen. I don't know what's going to happen there. What's next for... I think that Jada Parker is going to cost Natty the women's title next week. So I still think we're going to get a NXT Underground match with Natty and Jada Parker. And Jada, I believe, has been in one Underground match before with Lola Vice. Did not end well. So if this goes to NXT Underground, you know Natty's going to win that. But then again, you know, stranger things have happened. So, we get that. Alright, we're in the back. We have my boy Shiloh Hill, follows me on Twitter, by the way, and Tatum Paxley, the creepy couple. So about enjoying fun and knowing how to turn into their dark versions whenever necessary. Tatum then goes to leave, and then Nico comes in, former member of the Cuckling, because they broke him up last week, thank the Lord. So Izzy goes her way. Sean Spears does, I don't know what he's going to do. And then Nico's going to just go his own way. So he comes in, says, we need to get rid of the weak stars one by one. So Shiloh doesn't like that. Like the implication that Paxley is weak. And Nico says the toothless look makes good for a nice smile. Okay. So it looks like maybe we get Shiloh and Nico. I say Nico, I said Nico. In a feud. Not that we want to see that, but whatever. Alright, moving on. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright. We go to the locker room. Shawn Legacy finally finds Dorian Van Dux, his tag team partner, and says, hey, we need to be on the same page. You can't be coming in late and not answering your phone. We got to talk strategy because we're going for the tag team titles, stuff like that. It's like, we need to, be a cohesive unit. And so basically, Dorian's like, yeah, we're going to be, don't worry, we will be a team. I'm having the feeling, can they coexist? I don't know. You just have 2 people just thrown together. Can they coexist? I don't know. But hey, the strangest of tag teams have formed a union and won the tag team titles. I mean, look at AEW. You had Moxley and Ocean Spray team up on Dynamite this past Wednesday night. Beat the shit out of Lethal Twist, which was Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. The finish to that was amazing. Moxley hits the Paradigm Shift into the Hidden Blade. Damn, poor Lee Johnson. But he's getting consoled by his hot wife, Julia Hart, so. I take the Paradigm Shift and the Blade, well, not the Blade Runner, the Hidden Blade too. I take that too, but at least I go home to a hot wife, you know? Like, I'm gonna nurse my wounds, and she's gonna nurse my dick too when I'm better. Whatever, when we move on with that, you know? Hey, Ocean Spray's got Alex Windsor to worry about, banging her sweet hot ass. A shade of good love. Yeah, I know. We know. You got the visual. We didn't get the visual, but you told us there, Ocean Spray. Man, we know Moxley bangs Renee Paquette. Probably on a nightly basis. Who knows? Moving on from there. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, I also call him Ozzy Osbourne, who retained the men's North American Championship against Tavion Heights. He and Maddie, happy with their wins at the Great American Bash. Then Tavion comes in, says, no matter what, friends stay together no matter, friends stay together. You know, so he's trying to erase what he did to Miles a while back, when Miles, like, he doesn't forgive and he doesn't forget. So, like, that's not gonna work for me, bro. And he tells Tavion, that's what I've been trying to tell you all along. We need to stay together and not, not have differences and shit. Now I beat you fair and square, and you come to me and say, I'm sorry for all this shit. Miles like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't know what's gonna happen with the remnants of Catchpoint 3.1. Let's see what happens with that. Let me move on. All right. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, now we get to my cousin. Get in here, cuz. Give me, my friend. That's my cousin, my legit fucking cousin, not making that up. Tony D'Angelo. His eye's getting better, he's gonna be taking off that bandage pretty soon. Even though he got misted with the red mist by Naraku, bastard. Anyway, my cousin Tony D, who's that, Giuseppe? Hey, Giuseppe, don't overcook the chicken parmesan this time. Yeah, I know, the match was good, but still, the chicken was a little bit burnt. So, cook it fine, okay? And throw in some mozzarella sticks this time, okay? Good? So, me and the missus are going to have some chicken bomb, we're going to have some mozzarella sticks, we're going to have some pasta, some vino. I don't know what we're going to drink tonight, but I have to pay my cousin. You know how much I have to pay? $2! You would probably have to pay like $25 for that shit. Because you don't have a cousin like I do. And you're not Italian. And if you are Italian, you're still paying $25 because you don't have a cousin like my cousin. Well, it is. It's the way it is. Those Italians are way better than those fucking assholes in Canada, those dickheads in Australia, and those fucktard Brits. Italy is a way better country than all of you. And the USA is better country too, so USA and Italy will fuck your countries up. Annihilate them. So, you don't like that? Tough shit. Because you're not going to do anything about it, so I don't care. Your country ain't going to do shit. I don't care if I get letters from Australia. I don't give a fuck. Mate, I don't give a fuck, mate. Put a snip in the Barbie. And that's what Egypt did to the Australian national team. Fuck them. How do you lose to Egypt of all teams? Now it is what it is. Now Egypt is probably going to be facing either Argentina or the Cape Verde Islands. I hope it's Argentina, and Argentina whips Egypt next. And then I think Spain might be facing Colombia, if Colombia wins, of course, tonight. Just a wild, wild series. And England faces Mexico on Sunday. Damn! Oh, that's a game I want to watch. That's a game I want to watch. Mexico better fuck England up. Sorry about that. I had something in my tooth. We move on. Alright, so my cousin comes out and says, when you do things every day, you start taking them for granted. Pretty much. He talks about getting his eye burned last week after signing the contract. before he was able to fight at the Bash. So it made him stop a little bit because he wasn't sure if he was risking his own health to defend the belt. And even though he did, and that's why he gave it his all against Naraku and still won. But my cousin says there's nobody in that locker room who's willing to swim with the fishes or swim deep enough in that water to take the title away from him. And that was pretty much it. He goes to leave, and then Kendall Gray comes out for the main event between Tatum Paxley and Kelani Jordan. She's going to do some commentary. So Tony D's like, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Pretty much. And then he goes pretty much out of sight to the back, and then we see him come back out. Now Rocco hits him with a chair. Actually, he misted him with the red mist, thinking you're a freaking Green Muda. You know? Then he hits my cousin with a chair. STO on the chair, on the outside. Damn. Leaves Tony down in a heap. So it looks like we're going to definitely get a rematch out of this. So we'll see what happens with all that. We move on. Alright, so I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. And then after the break, The Rock was backstage. We saw him backstage before the attack, where we saw the mist and how he got taken out. So we got that. So we didn't see what happened, per se, because we Kendall's coming towards us, and then we see Tony like falling out. Like, what happened to Tony? And then we see Naraku come out with the chair. So I'm thinking we got hit with the chair first. Then he got hit with the chair again. Then, the STO on the chair. But then, after break, we saw the mist. So that was a nice touch, because we didn't see that. So they had that little camera in the back. Oh, look, this is how he got beat up. Nice touch there, Higginbottom. You actually did something. Alright, we got that. Moving on. Alright, then we get to your main event of NXT. Tatum Paxley, the creepy girl, taking on Kelani Jordan, misses him. Kelani Jordan at ringside. Good match. A lot of chaos at ringside. And then after the match, we had a huge debut from a certain Black Heart. Get to her in a minute. Alright, it was a pretty good match. They fight over wrist control. And then Katie Armstrong jumps Kendall Gray on commentary. Where did she come from? So Kendall has to worry about Natty. Probably will beat Natty. Then I guess our next challenger is the woman I believe she beat for the Evolve Championship, and that's Katie Armstrong. So we got a little rematch from Evolve. That's nice. So anyway, match was alright. Tatum goes to the cemetery drive, gets counted. Kelani goes after that bad leg, which he kind of targeted during the match. Goes after the leg, and then hits an angle slam, or something looked like the angle slam. Then she goes up top, hits one of a kind! RVD's move. 1, 2, 3, beats Tatum in under 12.5 minutes. Match was decent, 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. And then after the match, Kelani leaves, and then basically Tatum gets back up. She's grabbing her stomach and leg and stuff like that. They're the credits are about to roll and everything, and they're staring each other down. I'm like what's going? Are we gonna get? This is how we're gonna end the show, with a big old stare down? No, we don't end the show, because a mystery woman comes in and beats the shit out of Tatum Paxley, picks her up, puts her in a torture rack, and then she fell. So a little bitty botch, and then she starts cracking Tatum's ribcage to pieces. And nobody knew who she was. Everybody on Twitter's like, who the fuck is this chick? Really, who the fuck is this chick? I'm like, you don't know who that is? It's Nikki Blackheart, or Nikki Martinez, but that's her name now. It's Nikki. Commentary's like, well, Vic Show's like, we all know who that is. Yeah, we don't know. How you know? How you know? How you know, Vic? How you know? How you know? How you know, ese pero? Anyway, Nikki Blackheart comes in, jumps Tatum to end the show. And then, really, yeah, Big Show's like, oh, we don't know who this is. We don't know who she is. We had to go on fucking Twitter. And then, eventually, the dirt sheets came out. I was like, oh, Nikki Blackheart debuted. The first Dominican woman to fight in WWE. That's big. We also have, who is it? Willow? I think it was Willow or, no, Queen Amanada is from, I think, Africa, I think. I think it's Willow is from Dominica, too. No, not Willow. Layla Gray. Layla Gray is Dominican. I didn't know that. I thought she was Puerto Rican. Something else. I learned something every day. So, Layla Gray, first Dominican woman in AEW. Nikki Blackheart, first Dominican wrestler in WWE/NXT. So, hey, the Dominican Republic getting a lot of love. Same thing for Puerto Rico. Pretty damn good. So, wrestling is, got a lot of, international flavor. We know Ocean Spray's from London. We know that. So, a lot of people from different parts of the world. You gotta love it. Alright, so Nikki Blackheart, I assume that's gonna be her name. I mean, that's actually her name, but I don't know her ring name. I think it's gonna be Nikki Martinez, I think. Something like that. I mean, we'll have to see next week what her name is gonna be. I would just keep it at Nikki Blackheart. I'm just saying, but knowing WWE and their stupid trademarks and shit, they're gonna give her some weird, stupid name. Like they gave that unknown chick, I think, what did they give her? What name did they give her? Xena or Zena or Zato, something like that. Some with an X. So, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm happy for Nikki Blackheart. She's, we've seen her a lot on the indies, at least I have. Some of you haven't, but you should go watch some tapes. And, she is a powerhouse, and she wrecked Tatum Paxley. Even though, she picked her up, did the torture rack thing, she fell. It was a little bitty botch, but nothing to write home about, but it is what it is. But we'll see what happens with Nikki next week. I think, Tatum's gonna go to Robert Stone like a half-broken woman, like, I want that bitch, Nikki, whatever was her name. Something's gonna happen with Nikki. But we'll see. Man, how about Nikki? It would be epic to have Nikki fucking Blackheart against Kaylee Armstrong. Battle of the big beefy women slapping meat in that match. Holy shit, take my money. Nikki Blackheart versus Delta. Take my money. Nikki versus Jada. It could be good, but we'll see. But yeah, great to see Nikki Blackheart. I am happy for her. I'm interested, like Roman would say. But gonna be exciting to see her do some damage in NXT or maybe even Evolve. So we'll see what happens with her. But all in all, NXT I thought it was a pretty standard show. So I'm gonna give NXT 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show down below in the comment section. Electric Witty would say, let's talk about it. That's that. Alright, about 15 minutes away from Welt Down, taped. I did not read for once I did not read the spoilers, so I'm going to be actually watching the show and like, oh, I didn't even read the spoilers, this happened. So, we're going to watch it all together, and then we'll talk about SmackDown probably tomorrow night, I should say. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, but we'll see. Excuse me. We'll see what happens with that. But NXT, good show. Dynamite and Collision Dynamite was pretty good, coming out of Forbidden Door. The whole thing with Kenny and MJF, that's gonna happen next week at Beach Break. That's pretty good. So, Kenny has to win, or he gets the Hangman Cody treatment. Can never wrestle for the world title ever again. So, Kenny's probably going to win. And then, I would think Max wins it back for the third or fourth time at Redemption. And then at All In, Max loses the belt again to Ocean Spray. Or, what I would do is have Kenny win the belt. Or, he wins the match maybe by chicanery. Maybe the not so often AEW DQ or no finish. And then at Redemption, Kenny wins the belt from Max, but then what does Max do? So, does Max go after the TNT title? What does he do? What is Max going to do at All In? So that begs the question, does Kenny win the title next week? Or do they have some type of shit going into Redemption? Or do we get a, maybe, off chance we get a triple threat match at All In, Kenny, MJF, and Ocean Spray. They could do that if they wanted to, but I think it's going to be straight up one-on-one MJF and Ocean Spray, or I think would be logical, make it Kenny versus Ocean Spray. But, looking at the promos, you know, Kenny's talking to Ocean Spray, then we saw on Wednesday, the promo after Forbidden Door, where Ocean Spray and Kenny are talking. Kenny's saying, you don't have to be a Death Rider and all that shit. And then MJF comes in, starts bashing both of them. So I'm like, are we getting a triple threat? Is that a foreshadowing to a triple threat? I don't know. So next week, it's all or nothing for Kenny. If he loses, he can't wrestle for the world title pretty much for the rest of his life. The rest of his time, he's going to be a wrestler. He's 42. I did not know that. He is 42 years old. I mean, Adam Cole, baby, is around his mid-30s, I believe. The Bucks are around their 40. I think they're about to hit 40 or in their early 40s. So, they're not any younger. You know, the young Bucks are turning into the soon-to-be middle-aged Bucks. You know, I'm 49. I'm about to turn into Old Man Gilmore. I'm pretty much there. I think after I turn 50, downhill it goes, and then become Old Man Gilmore. Hey, Bird City! Ha I'm gonna drink my Geritol now! We get gummy blowjobs at the senior center! Anyway, moving on. Alright, so leave me your thoughts and opinions about NXT in the comments section below. We'll talk about it like Trick Willie would say. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy Whelp Down coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll talk about it probably tomorrow or maybe Sunday, and that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Also, we'll talk about TNA Ring of Honor maybe tomorrow. I didn't do Slammiversary. I apologize for that. But I put it up on Twitter. Most of the results I put on Twitter. So go on my Twitter machine. Just go down my tweets. You'll see my Slammiversary thoughts and everything like that. But Glad the Prophecy won the Knockouts Tag Team titles. They had the Knockouts TV title tournament. Mara Shade won. I was hoping, you know, she's facing Heather by Elegance because she cheated to beat Allie, who I thought was going to win the tournament, or either that or Rosemary. But Mara Shade is going to be taking on Heather in the next round. Rosemary is going to be taking on M by Elegance, and we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Peace, motherfuckers!